doing? I hope everyone's having a good Monday. I'm back here again with a new update. I've got a lot of stuff to show off in this update. I've got some Blu-ray titles, some DVDs, some horror titles, as well as two very cool horror big box VHSs, including one that I've wanted for a very, very long time. So yeah, guys, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So the first two things I'm going to show off, I'm going to show off the two DVDs that I got, and I got these two from a local store here called Frank's Cool Stuff, which is kind of like a collectible store. It had a lot of comic books and, stuff like that, but there were some horror DVDs there, and I picked up two movies that I heard about, and they're ones that I've been wanting to check out. The first one is The Hollow Sacrament. And one thing that's cool is this was put out by Unearthed Films, and I've never owned a release from Unearthed Films. It's a company that's been around for years, and I just never picked up one of their releases. So happy to have this. I heard this one is a pretty bloody movie. And the next one is Wicked Lake, and this is the limited edition that comes with the soundtrack. Again, another movie that I've heard about. And I've been wanting to add to the collection, so I am pretty happy to finally own it. Now I'm going to move on to the Blu-rays. The next two Blu-rays are ones that I picked up from By the Season, and my By the Season doesn't really have a lot of movies, but I was happy that they did have a few Blu-rays there, and I picked these two up. The first one is one that I've never owned on Blu-ray, but I did own it on VHS, and that is The Fugitive with Harrison Ford. Never seen the movie, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. And the next one is Kiss the Dragon, which is one that I've never owned, but I enjoy a good martial arts movie, so looking forward to checking this one out. Now the next two Blu-rays are ones that I picked up from 7-Eleven, and the first one is a movie that I just never owned on Blu-ray for some reason. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Never owned the movie, but for $3.99, went ahead and I picked it up. Like I said, this is a classic movie, but it's just one that I just never owned before, so I'm really happy to finally own this in the collection. And now this next one is a horror comedy that I've heard some good things about, and usually when I see it, I usually only see the DVD. Even the 7-Eleven that I go to always has copies of this movie on DVD, but I finally found a copy on Blu-ray, and I picked it up, and that is Otis with Daniel Stern and Kevin Pollak, $3.99. Like I said, this is one movie that I usually see on DVD, so when I saw it on Blu-ray, went ahead and picked it up, $3.99, and I heard that this is a pretty good horror comedy. Next set is one that I picked up from Amazon, and this is a trilogy that I've always enjoyed. The third one is definitely the weakest, I'd say, of them. I have not seen the fourth film, but I do want to at some point. I've had all three of these movies on VHS, and I've been wanting to pick them up on Blu-ray, and this was only $10 on Amazon, and that is the Scream 5-film set. This comes with the first three movies, as well as the Still Screaming documentary and Scream: The Inside Story. And it's a pretty cool little set for only $10. It's got each movie on its own individual Blu-ray, and then both the documentaries on one Blu-ray. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I enjoy the Scream films. I actually enjoy all three of them, even though, like I said, the third one is, to me, it's definitely the weakest. I have not seen the fourth one, but I do want to eventually. I will be picking that up soon. And I did enjoy the show. I only saw the first season, but I thought it was a pretty entertaining show. Alright, and now, show you guys something I picked up at Walmart, and this was actually I think the first movie that I bought that's actually a new movie. I don't usually buy a lot of new movies, and I want to get into seeing newer films, because I'm really somebody that really enjoys classic movies. And I actually haven't gotten any. I actually don't own very many movies from last year, and I think this is one of the only movies I own from. But is Rambo: Last Blood. This is one I've been really wanting to check out. I love the Rambo films, and my buddy Justin saw this, and he said that this was a really good one, and so I'm really glad to pick this up. So now I own all the Rambo movies, and like I said, I just don't own that many movies from last year. It's not that there aren't movies that I don't want to see. It's just that I just for some reason I don't really buy a lot of newer films. So I'm glad to own a new one. And like I said, I mean I love the Rambo movies, and my buddy Justin said that this was a good one. A good final film. Well, I mean it's called Last Blood, but you never know, they might make a new one. But I am glad to own this one. Alright, now I'm going to show off a set that I got from Amazon. And this is a trilogy of movies that I've been wanting to own on Blu-ray, but, for some reason I always thought that the sets were overpriced. This one and the Indiana Jones sets, they always seem overpriced to me. But this was only $20 on Amazon, and went for it. That is the Back to the Future trilogy, and this is a pretty cool set. It's kind of like a, it's got a nice slipcover, and it's kind of like a, not digibook, but I'll show you guys. Kind of opens up like a book, and it's got the, each movie has its own page, and the discs are in the little folders. So, it's a nice little set, and it does have a bonus disc as well. And like I said, it's just a series that I never picked up because, this is usually about 24, 25 bucks, which I think is an okay price, but, I've been waiting for this to come down to at least 20, and it finally did, so I am glad to finally own all three Back to the Future movies on Blu-ray. Alright guys, and now we're down to the last three VHSs, and the first VHS I'm going to show is of a movie that I already own, and it's one of my favorite movies. It's a movie that I talk about a lot on my channel. I've done a review of it, and I've been wanting to collect every release of this movie that I can. And that movie is Night of the Twisters. And the reason why I wanted to get this is because it has a different cover than the other releases. This image right here of John Schneider and Devon Sawa, it is on the other release that I have, or I actually have three different releases that have the, this image of them, but the image of the tornado behind them is different, and this one is kind of a, dark tornado behind them right there, and, it says Night of the Twisters, and there's a little tornado right here for the eye, which I thought was funny. Yeah, but this has a, what is this? This version approved by Feature Films for Families. So this was kind of marketed as a movie that was kind of, or as a tape that was kind of like, what would happen if, in a situation, if there were tornadoes in your town, what would you do? Kind of a thing. Cool image right there on the side, which is also on the side of the other releases that I have. And then here's the back. And one thing that's funny is that it does have Parents Guide for Family Discussion, and there's a couple of questions that the parents can ask their kids, I guess, of like, what would you do in this situation type of a thing. And here's the other side, and it just has the mom right there on the side. But yeah, guys, like I said, this is a movie that I've talked about so many times on my channel. I love this movie, and this was just another release in the movie that I don't own. And it is also still sealed, so very happy to have this. Alright guys, and now I'm going to show off the two very cool horror big box VHSs that I picked up. This first one is one that, it just popped up on eBay, and when I saw it, I knew I had to get it. And that is Fear Maker. Just look at that cover, very cool. This was put out by Air Video, and it's in pretty nice shape. It does have some wear on the bottom, but the actual front cover is really cool. I like the tagline, "Between love and death comes the Fear Maker. Your daughter's dead, or your father's dead, your daughter's dead, and now it's your turn." I just like that. There's a spine right here. Like I said, Air Video. This is my first Air Video, and for the most part, it's in pretty nice condition, except for a little bit of a wear. But I know Air Videos are kind of hard to find. Some of them are pretty rare. There are a few others that I would like to get, but I was really happy to get this one. So yeah, very happy to add this pretty rare big box to my collection. And the last big box I'm going to show is one big box that I've wanted ever since I started collecting horror big box VHSs. This is part of a trilogy of movies, and all three of the movies were released on big box VHSs by the same company. I already own the second movie in this trilogy, and I do plan on getting the first one, but I'm very, very happy to now own Herschel Gordon Lewis's Color Me Blood Red. Just look at this cover. I've wanted this tape for such a long time, and I'm very happy to own it. I was just trying to find one that was in good shape. You know, usually when I see these, they're kind of in beat up, you know, and the covers are usually faded. You know, I wanted to find one where the cover was not faded. It was really, you know, nice and colorful, and this one really is. Let me give you guys a close-up. I like the tagline, "Even Van Gogh would lend an ear." It says, "Color Me Blood Red." And then you got the girl and the guy, and, you know, he's, you know, all that gore and that blood right there. This was put out by Comet Video, which also put out the second film, 2000 Maniacs, which I do own, which is one of my favorite big boxes. And this is the final chapter in the H.G. Lewis Gore trilogy. And I'm really happy that the front cover is in such nice shape. And there's a spine right there. And this side right here does have some wear, but, you know, other than that, it's in really nice shape. Got some pretty good gory images on the back. And yeah, very, very happy to own this. And this is one that I don't see very often. I usually see 2000 Maniacs, and I do see the first film in the trilogy, Blood Feast. I do see that pop up more than this one, but this was one that I've been wanting for a very long time. So now all I need is Blood Feast, and I'll have all three Herschel Gordon Lewis films on big box, Comet Video, VHS. So very, very happy to finally add this to the collection. So there you go, guys. It's my new update for this month of January. Let me know what you guys think about everything that I picked up. Let me know what you guys think about Rambo Last Blood, because I'm really looking forward to checking that out. You know, like I said, I'm a fan of the Rambo films, and, you know, I heard from my buddy Justin that it was pretty good. So let me know what you guys think about the new Rambo movie. And, you know, let me know if of any more modern movies that you guys think I should check out. I do want to check out Parasite. Judy's another one. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And there are a few others that I want to check out. Joker, of course, is another more modern movie I want to check out. But if there's any other ones that might not be talked about as much as the big ones, let me know, because, you know, I just don't really buy a whole lot of modern movies for some reason. And it's not that I usually wait until, you know, the prices on them go down and then they're not as new. Like I remember when I got Get Out, I think I waited like a year to get it, and then I found it for like $5 at Best Buy during Black Friday. So I'm not somebody that goes out and just buys brand new, you know, new movies. But there are some movies that I do want to check out. So if you guys have any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or join my movie collecting Facebook group, links to those will be down in the description box below. I hope everyone's having a good Monday, and I'll see you guys in the next video.